Welcome back to My Testimony on KTN. Every Sunday, 8:30 in the morning, amazing stories of purpose, amazing stories of second chances. And today we have one of such stories. And some of the stories you get to hear, it's not that someone has entirely been able to get to where they are going. They are still on a journey, and purpose still keeps eating them up. And they're headed towards where they're desiring. So we are speaking to Peter, originally from Alego Songa Game, and he's here to share his story. Peter, so here you are, your brother has passed on. It was a lot of pain for you and your mother, and you're in Form 2, and your resolve even gets, more and deeper. You get firm with it. So tell us how your high school period was.
So my high school period wasn't that easy because there was nobody actually to pay for my school fees, and knowing very well that my mom had no good source of income. So it was a push and go. So after my brother died, again a year later, 2 years later, I was just approaching my exams.
Mm-hmm.
I developed some form of deformity, epilepsy.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was tested, and the results was that I was suffering from epilepsy at a very,
severe.
The stage.
Right.
Yeah, was at that very stage now.
Right.
And like everything was just not normal with me. Anytime I would just come to class, and within no minute you could see me down.
So you got the fits quite often.
Yeah. Something very unique with that kind of disease is that whenever you fall down and you wake up not knowing everything, including your name. So you absolutely go off. So it will take time for you to recover.
Right.
So it was just imagination that something of that kind happens when I'm doing my exam. I tried to figure out what could happen.
No, yes.
Yeah, so that specific year, my sister passed away. When I was I was left with almost 2 months to do my KCSE exams.
Wow, your sister died.
Yeah, my eldest sister.
All right.
And through prayers.
So there were 2 boys and a sister.
Actually, we are not that number. We are 7.
All right.
But 2 passed on, so we are 5 now.
Okay.
Yeah. So after my Form 4, I actually did my Form 4 without any problem. After doing thorough prayers, that disease went.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it went, but I had never fall again from that point.
Right.
So after doing my exams, I got an admission letter to Rongo University to pursue journalism and information technology.
Did you have passion to do journalism?
Initially, I was thinking of criminology, but as things went on, I felt I would do much better in journalism compared to criminology.
So here you get a letter.
Yes.
I'm sure it was hope for the entire family.
Exactly.
Wow.
But challenge was the source of income, because when I got the letter, the first person I contacted was my uncle,
right,
who by then had a daughter in at Eldoret University, and another daughter in Form 3 Nyamunye Girls.
Wow.
So like he couldn't make it. Rongo wanted 72,000, and I was given a duration of 3 weeks to prepare. So I thought wisely and organized for a fundraising, which absolutely did not work successfully because I managed to raise 18,000.
18,000.
18,000 only.
Wow.
Out of the 72 that was needed, exemplary of the accommodation fee.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got this money, actually I took almost 1 week. I went to Rongo and explained everything to them, and they were, okay, fine, you have to meet our standard first. Maybe helping you might come in after you have been admitted.
But you need to start with the 72.
Yeah.
All right.
So it was done. I couldn't make it, time had gone. So I thought one day I was just in some cyber doing my normal course, and I saw some school, ICS college, and I contacted them. We talked, and I felt the money I had could actually make me do something. So I went and shared with my mom, and that is the time I left home for Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the 18,000 from the fundraiser.
With 18,000, going to a place I have never been to and going to nobody except I was just going to school. I was not going to maybe seek refuge in somebody's house. And
Right.
again, next time I find myself in school.
But how I mean, I'm trying to think, you knew no one. So you're coming to, where did you think you will sleep and board?
I thought of my sister because she lives in Nairobi.
Okay.
But imagination was she lives in Nairobi. So I know definitely if she's living in Nairobi, the school is not that far from where she's staying.
Right.
Unfortunately, when I came, she's staying in Kitengela.
Okay.
Look at that distance and the much you could spend in a day.
Right.
So I ruled it
and
out.
other things.
Yes, so I ruled it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your next move then?
I went to ICS college and got admission, and was the following week I seek refuge from my sister, and the following week I reported in school.
Okay.
By then I was staying at Ngara Men's Hostel. So I had paid for a month, and the rest of the money catered for admission and the fees.
All right.
So things were just moving on well. After 2 months, no school fees, no accommodation,
right.
Absolutely nothing.
Done.
So I was given ultimatum back at the hostel that we are giving you 2 days to vacate. And back at school, I just go, but I don't access the most important facilities.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I want us to move from that journey, from
Yes.
that school, to where you are now. What was the process like to get to where you are today?
Thank you. So I left school because I couldn't manage anything to do with the fee, and struggled. And as we speak right now, I just joined St. Paul's University, still for journalism. I'm doing communication now. I'm a first-year student. Daytime, I'm in school.
All right, before we get to that.
Yes.
So how did you, so where have you, what pushed you to go to St. Paul's to study journalism again?
Okay, I was looking at terms of fee payment and again the facilities, and I felt St. Paul's would accommodate me because their terms for paying school fees I felt I could manage.
All right.
And also their facilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you enrolled, but very interesting, you decided I'm not going to ask for money.
Yes.
I'm going to seek for this money and do a job.
Yeah.
Tell us about that job.
So daytime I'm in school, and at night I'm working as a guard with Atari Security. I'm deployed at Dandora.
All right.
So every morning I walk from Dandora to Huruma, then from Huruma to school. In the evening I'm back at home. Sometimes when my class goes beyond 4, I'll just go straight to work without going home. Yeah, so that's what I do.
And Peter, you say that you walk.
Yeah.
You literally walk.
Yeah.
You never do matatus.
At times, whenever I have some cash, I can do, but when I don't have, I just bear with the situation because I've walked a number of kilometers. So just walking from, I used to walk from Kayole to Nairobi CBD coming to ICS.
Right.
So just walking from Huruma to Nairobi is not that great distance, except for time.
Right. It's manageable.
Yeah.
Very many young people today will not want to do a job like that, and especially in a place like Dandora, because I know the security in itself is a threat.
Yes.
Working there. What pushes you? Where do you get the will to say, I will work at night and during the day I will go and study? Now,
I'm so much determined to, manage through my dreams that anything that I pass through, I just see it like it's not a big deal. Because if I say today I'm not going to work, like seriously, what tomorrow holds for you, you can't wait for that which you want where you are seated. You must walk out and look for it. So like, in as much as it is not that easy, I'm really trying, but I have to go for it because the fact that I'm an orphan and nobody wants to help you, you are saying you are an orphan. Yes, you are an orphan, but now what is the solution?
Right.
So I looked at the only work that I could do. By the way, it was just by God's grace that I got that job. I had tamaked almost 2 months, no work. So when I got that job, I just decided to take it wholeheartedly. Yeah.
And glad that you are allowed to do night shifts.
Yeah.
So that you could go to school.
It's an added advantage.
What is the situation back at home?
situation isn't good, I have a brother who is informed too. And at times there is nobody to help. So you find with the little that I get, sometimes it forces me now to do something, to facilitate my brother.
Right.
Yeah, but at home he's in a day school, so they don't charge him that much. But
right.
again, you have to spare so many things to see that everything moves on well, because I'm now like the firstborn. Yeah.
Right now. So all the money you get from the job you do, you purely use it for school fees?
Yeah, for school fees and facilitating me for my rent,
right,
and food.
How much do you pay for rent?
I pay 3,500 for rent.
All right.
Yeah.
And of course now, the food you get every day.
Yeah, it's insufficient, but now you have to bear with the situation and think beyond what you see.
Right.
Yeah.
Are there days you sleep hungry?
At times I go without food, because when I get from school maybe past 4, I don't have time to brunch at my house, so I definitely will just go to work directly.
Right.
So I don't take any meals from the hotel. It will force me now to persevere until the following day in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
As we wind up, God has been a pillar to you, and without God, you couldn't have reached where you are today.
Exactly.
Tell us about that.
Okay, before then, you see, my brother always said there are some wars that you can never fight physically. Some wars you can fight them spiritually, some you just need finance to fight through. So like I was looking at my family and the background, I felt it was very necessary. However, the degrees I'm going to have without God, it's
vain.
Yeah, absolutely. So even when I was reporting to school, I didn't have enough cash, but now when I went and talked to my church, leaders, they came in and they gave me some support.
Okay.
So it has been God's grace that I've made it to this point. I'm not yet to where I want. I'm still far, but I'm seeing God is taking me through.
Where do you see yourself in the next number of years? What do you want to become or to do to your family?
I am aspiring to be a professor, a communication professor.
Wow.
And I want to touch the lives of street children, because I've been there. I know the kind of challenges they are going through, and I believe there are people there with great dreams, but opportunity is not there.
Right.
Yeah.
Peter, thank you very much for Professor Peter AOWA. We need to start speaking that by faith.
Amen.
Thank you very much for coming through, for sharing your story. I'm sure it encourages someone. Sometimes we get to situations in life and we think, I can't do this, I can't do the other. This is too much, there's too much stigma with this kind of job. But you've said you will do anything you need to do as long as you get there. Yes. And you desire to see your mom living a better life.
Extremely better.
In the days to come. All right. Peter AOWA, a guard by night, a student by day, sharing his amazing experience, and I hope that has challenged you and inspired you to do something with your life. Eliud Kipchoge said, no human is limited. There is something meaningful you can do with your life. He is doing something meaningful, you can do something meaningful, trusting in God and working hard. Till next Sunday, God bless you and have an amazing